It gets around that, Frankie. Have a seat, my friend. As you know, we've enjoyed an unseasonably warm December, but what does that mean for plants and the upcoming growing season? Frankie Flowers here with all the answers.
Yeah, first off, let's just take a look at how mild December was. Unbelievable. We're going to take a look at some of the average temperatures that we had. And you know, when it came to Christmas Eve, it was one of the warmest days that we've ever seen in the month of December. Christmas Eve, we saw a temperature of 15.4 degrees. The average temperature for the month of December, 7.3.
Spectacular.
Unbelievable. Christmas Day, I was sitting in the backyard with my mom, my sister, my wife, the family, just hanging around drinking a glass of wine.
Outside without winter coats.
Unbelievable. And you know, with this, viewers have been sending us pictures from all over. And let's take a look at some of the pictures right now and what this has done to plants. This is a time where plants should be dormant, sleeping, not growing whatsoever.
They're blooming.
And what have they been doing? Yeah, they indeed have been blooming. That's a look at a Lindsay where you can just see one of the dianthus that are just starting to bloom and crack their flower underneath that leaf that has fallen during the fall period. Unbelievable as well. If we take a look at Brian and Sutton, Brian also showed us some of the pictures of his snowberry where the berries are just still sitting there and they look beautiful. Go to Norwood, Ontario. Norwood's a little bit to the northeast. This is an area that should be seeing snow about 3 feet. But you can see there's a little viola just blooming in.
And that just shows you the resilience of Mother Nature too, where she pushes any opportunity she can to bloom.
Unbelievable.
So cool.
And it's so nice to see these. Jerry's as well. Jerry planted some fall bulbs and already those fall bulbs are pushing through the ground. And now people are saying, what are we doing? Linda, this is what's called a winter rose. It's known as a hellebore. This here is blooming. And, you know, for this in winter, it's really nice.
That's not a hellebore. That's a hellefunna.
A hellefunna.
I love it.
Here's a look at Queen Street. Last week, on December, the end of December on Queen Street, Bacopa, which is an annual blooming. That's on Queen Street East. And then my son, Gavin, just him out in the backyard in the forest looking... Oh my God, everything's green outdoors. But now we had a cold start to this work week. We're back to warm again, and then we're going to go cold again. What does this mean?
Yeah.
So the biggest concern that we're going to have is for fruit-bearing plants. The reason for that is fruit-bearing plants produce a flower.
Apples, pears.
Pears, you know, anything, even viburnums, some of the berries that are out there as well.
Birds.
So if it produces a flower and those buds are starting to crack right now, and those buds freeze and break the cell wall, those buds then fall off. That means this spring we may see fewer blooms. If we see fewer blooms, that also may mean that we could have fewer production of some of the fruit yields that are out there.
So that's awful for also the like apple orchard farmers, right?
Good news is for many of the apple orchard farmers, because this happened during a period of winter when daylight hours were so short. You know how dark it was?
Yeah.
It was, you know, we saw beautiful days, but not a lot of light.
It gets cold at night.
Because it was so short in terms of daylight hours, many of those plants still sat dormant. They still sat nice and sleeping. So a lot of the plants are actually going to be fine.
They didn't prematurely bloom.
They didn't. Many annuals and things did. The other concern that we have is with the lack of cold temperatures in winter kill insects.
Bugs, which I like. Sorry.
Yeah. They also take care of many diseases that we have. So what we're going to have to watch for this upcoming spring season is with the lack of cold temperatures, will we have more insect? Will we have more diseases which could impact plants?
The prevalence of disease because the strains get stronger because there's nothing there to ward them off.
Yeah, you know, winter's a cleanser. Winter actually kills a lot of things, cleanses it, and then starts it nice and fresh for another season.
Okay.
And finally, people are asking me, what the heck do we do? Like, what do we do? Good news is Mother Nature is so resilient, so wonderful that it will bounce back. So there's really not a lot you can do. All you can really do is kind of savor and really kind of take these moments in, take pictures to remind yourself that the winter of 2015 was unbelievable. And look what was blooming in my backyard.
We've been spoiled so far. And yeah, enjoy those unexpected blooms and send them to Frankie on Twitter and they might end up on TV, like those pictures at Frank Ferragini.
And really at the end, just don't worry.
Just Hakuna Matata.
You got it.
For the rest of our days.
Yeah,